The Shumake Take Awards is about to begin. With your host, Garrett Shumake, go on a journey with him as you reflect on the best moments and best players of the 2024 NFL season, announcing awards such as MVP, Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year, and many more awards, including original ones created by Garrett himself. And now, without further ado, here is your host of the Shumake Take Awards, Garrett Shumake.
Thank you, and welcome in everybody to the first annual Shumake Take Awards. I am your host, Garrett Shumake, and before we begin, I wanted to personally thank each and every one of you for making it here this evening. I don't know how I managed to make you all fit into my room, but you all are here. We made it work. Let's have a fantastic time together. My jacket, as you can tell, is a little too big. I bought it at a thrift store, and at the time I thought it fit, but putting it on for the show tonight, I realized it was not adequately sized to fit me properly. But you know what else is too big? The dreams that New York Jets fans had about their team being good this year, huh? I'm sorry, I had to take that shot. I had to poke a little fun at Jets fans. I'm sorry. I know it's a tough time being a Jets fan, but hey, I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys 100%. I get it. But also, if you guys can tell, you probably can't tell, I'm not wearing pants. I decided to not wear pants because I decided I didn't want to sweat myself to death. But, you know, pants are not like shorts. Shorts are short. You know what else is short? The Detroit Lions season. It ended in a way that no one wanted it to happen. It was a very sad, unfortunate end, which we might have to talk about later in the show at one point or another. So stay tuned for more disappointed Lions fans angry at me in my comment section. Anyways, let's begin the show with a bang with deciding my NFL MVP. Here are the recipients right now.
League MVP: Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson. And the winner for NFL Most Valuable Player, the MVP, goes to Saquon Barkley, running back of the Philadelphia Eagles. I dabbled with this one for a very long time because throughout the entire year, I had thought Josh Allen was my MVP. Then Lamar Jackson came around, continued to have the greatest year of his entire career, and I thought Lamar Jackson deserved to win MVP. But then the guy that was considered third in that conversation, Saquon Barkley, what did he do that his two competitors did not? And that was win a Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles could not have won the Super Bowl without Saquon Barkley. And for me, the ability to put a team on your back and be a focal point in winning a championship carries more weight than stats and what you did in the regular season. And also the playoff meltdowns that the Ravens and the Bills, partially the Bills, had in their playoff games kind of knocked them down a peg. So Saquon Barkley is my NFL MVP for 2024. Now we move on to Offensive Player of the Year. Here are the recipients now. Offensive Player of the Year: Saquon Barkley, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson.
And the winner for Offensive Player of the Year goes to Lamar Jackson, quarterback, Baltimore Ravens. This one is very, very well deserved. Lamar Jackson, as I mentioned, had the best year of his career. We are witnessing an all-time Hall of Fame talent, people, and Lamar Jackson deserves his recognition. And while I thought he ultimately fell short of winning the MVP award, I can understand why many people had him as league MVP, which seemed like the heavy consensus among all NFL fans. But Lamar Jackson does still deserve a lot of credit, so that is why he wins Offensive Player of the Year. Now we move on to Defensive Player of the Year. Here are the recipients now.
Defensive Player of the Year: Zach Bond, Myles Garrett, Trey Hendrickson, Patrick Surtain II, T.J. Watt.
And the winner of Defensive Player of the Year goes to Zach Bond, linebacker for the Philadelphia Eagles. Another Eagle on this list in the top 3 of the awards. Zach Bond, what a year this guy had. He was a special teams dynamo for New Orleans for years. Never really got an opportunity to see the playing field as a starter. He comes to Philadelphia, gets the opportunity finally, and has one of the best years we've seen out of a linebacker in recent memory. And in my opinion, that was enough for him to win Defensive Player of the Year, not just because of where he was and where he came from, but what he did this year to elevate this Philadelphia Eagles defense in ways that he does not get enough credit for, in my opinion. They talk about the defensive line. They talk about Quinyon Mitchell, Darius Slay, and how good this secondary was. But all of that could not be possible without the success of Zach Bond leading that group into battle every week until they were Super Bowl champions, which was also another little pinpoint for me to decide Zach Bond on being Defensive Player of the Year, because his impact on the field helped his team win a championship. But now we move on to Offensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. Excuse me, I just misspoke. I am sorry. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Here are the recipients now.
Offensive Rookie of the Year: Brock Bowers, Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Bo Nix, Lad McConkey.
And the winner of Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to, by no one's surprise, Jaden Daniels, quarterback for the Washington Commanders. What Jaden Daniels has simply been able to do this year has been nothing short of miraculous. Simply put, this was the greatest rookie season we have ever seen from a quarterback. Not only did he put really decent numbers on his stat sheet, he also won his team 12 games, including an appearance in the NFC Championship game, one of 6 quarterbacks in NFL history to do so. How about that? Right? Absolutely incredible feat. While the loss in that game was unfortunate, and definitely they were not in the same class as the Philadelphia Eagles, there is no denying that Jaden Daniels' future is among some of the brightest in the NFL when it comes to its young players. Now we move on to Defensive Rookie of the Year. The recipients are on screen now.
Defensive Rookie of the Year: Cooper DeJean, Braden Fisk, Quinyon Mitchell, Trice Knight, Jared Verse.
And the winner for Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Quinyon Mitchell, corner for the Philadelphia Eagles, our 3rd Eagle on this list. Again, he helped his team win a championship. That gives you brownie points to me for winning a big award as Defensive Rookie of the Year. But that is not to say that this man's play on the field held its weight in ways that I could have never expected. Quinyon Mitchell, in my opinion, had a better rookie year than even Sauce Gardner did a couple of years ago. He was absolutely phenomenal, locked down in year 1, and completely helped revamp this secondary that struggled so much in 2023. You cannot talk about the success of the Philadelphia Eagles in 2024 on their championship run without mentioning rookie Quinyon Mitchell. Congratulations to you. Now we move on to Comeback Player of the Year. This award was a very hard one for me to pick because there were so many deserving candidates. Not that the previous ones were not deserving, but no, this one stands for a lot more because all these players had a major setback. They all had to overcome major adversity, and all of these players in some way, shape, or form did that this year, and all of them, quite frankly, deserve it to a certain extent, but the recipients will now be listed on screen now.
Comeback Player of the Year: Joe Burrow, Sam Darnold, J.K. Dobbins, Christian Gonzalez, Damar Hamlin.
And the winner for Comeback Player of the Year goes to Joe Burrow, quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals. Ultimately, what had me picking Joe Burrow to be a Comeback Player of the Year simply because of the year that he had on the field. Not only did he elevate his game by becoming a little bit more mobile, he became more elusive in the pocket, but also he simply had the best year of his career. And it's unfortunate that his defense was so bad that he couldn't get his team to the playoffs, but he practically dang near got them there all by himself, along with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So if I'm the Cincinnati Bengals, I'm making sure those three guys stay together for as long as they possibly can. But knowing their cheap owner, unfortunately, that's probably not going to happen. But one man can dream, right? One man can hope. Either way, Joe Burrow had a phenomenal year, and had his team been better, he probably would have won League MVP and even got votes for it. So that deserves a lot of notoriety. Joe Burrow deserves a lot of credit. Congratulations to you, my friend. Now we move on to Coach of the Year. The recipients on screen will be listed now.
Coach of the Year: Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, Jim Harbaugh.
And the winner for Coach of the Year goes to Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Detroit Lions. Simply put, this was the greatest year the Lions have ever had. Despite that playoff loss to the Washington Commanders, what Dan Campbell was able to do to get his team prepared every single week and to put them in the best position to succeed falls nothing short of incredible, especially with everything that they did on offense and all the adversity and injuries they went through on defense. The guy that kept the ship afloat was Dan Campbell. That man is your Coach of the Year. Congratulations to you. We now move on to Best Coaching Staff, and the recipients will be on screen now.
Best Staff: Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings, Washington Commanders, Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs, Buffalo Bills.
And the winner for Best Coaching Staff of 2024 goes to the Detroit Lions. For the same reasons that I mentioned with Dan Campbell, the way that they were able to get the most out of every player on offense, and the way that they were able to overcome all of the injuries on their defense, and for defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn, who I will shout out specially for tonight, the way that he was able to get these players in the best position to succeed despite all of the adversity, all of the injuries again that they went through. They still managed to win 15 games despite it all. That is a huge testament to the best coaching staff in the NFL. Congratulations, Detroit Lions. Next up on our awards is one of our new original ones created by yours truly. The biggest surprise in the NFL. The biggest surprise goes to the team that absolutely shocked the world. Absolutely no one expected for them to be here, so much so that probably them themselves, the team itself, did not expect to be in the position that they are. The recipients for this award will be on screen now.
Biggest surprise: Denver Broncos, Washington Commanders, Seattle Seahawks, Los Angeles Chargers, Buffalo Bills.
And the winner for biggest surprise goes to the Washington Commanders. Everyone thought that Washington would be a 5, 6, 7 win team. You have a rookie quarterback, a retread head coach in Dan Quinn, Everyone remembers Dan Quinn for 28-3 in Super Bowl 51, but now he will be remembered in Washington as the guy who helped drive Jaden Daniels to have the best rookie season of all time by a quarterback. So that is why your Washington Commanders deserve biggest surprise of the year. We now move on to our next award, Most Improved Football Team. This award goes for the team that was most improved compared to last season. Many teams in the NFL on this list tonight were very much deserving, and a case could be made for every single one of them, but the recipients will be listed on screen now.
Most Improved Team: Washington Commanders, Denver Broncos, Los Angeles Chargers, Minnesota Vikings, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And the winner for Most Improved Team goes to the Denver Broncos. The Broncos making their first appearance on this award show. The way the Denver Broncos season ended was unfortunate, but that is to not take away everything that had happened. For the Denver Broncos, not only did they look like they get their quarterback of the future, their head coach of the future for the time being, but also they went 10-7, their first winning season for the first time in 2016. Pretty cool stuff, right? But it gets even better. They have made the playoffs, or made a playoff appearance for the first time since 2015 when they won Super Bowl 50. So this has been nothing short of an exciting and historic season for the Denver Broncos. Congratulations to you. And now we move on to the game of the year. We had a lot of fantastic games this year. Some of them were exciting. Some of them were really, really fun. A lot of them were narrative driven. And quite frankly, just like a bunch of these other awards, all of these candidates deserved, there was a case to be made that each of these games deserved to win this award. The recipients will be listed on screen now.
Game of the Year: Ravens Bengals, Week 9. Bengals Ravens, Week 5. Lions Vikings, Week 7. Commanders Bengals, Week 3. Broncos Bengals, Week 17.
And the winner for Game of the Year goes to Week 9, Ravens and Bengals. Ravens win 35-34. This game was simply fun to watch. No other way to describe it. It was back and forth, high-flying, big plays from both each offense and defense, which is critical for a great football game. The team, in my opinion, I will share this candidly with you, that won second place, in my opinion, was the Rams at the Bills. That was the highest scoring game of the year, and it was between this game and the game that won Game of the Year. Those two games were neck and neck with each other, and I really could not decide on one. But I ultimately decided on Ravens-Bengals because not only did this game have more hype, this game ultimately had more big plays from the defensive side of the ball. And quite frankly, with the division rivalry with the AFC, these two AFC North teams, there is a clear favorite as to why this game won Game of the Year. So that is going to do it. I want to thank all of you for making it here tonight. And what is this? Worst team? Worst coach? Most disappointing team. Wait, no. Guys. Hold on. That I don't know why these are on the script. I did not make these. I don't know why they're here. I don't know who made them. Please, this is not my doing. Again, I don't know who made these awards and put them on my sheet.
I did. I made those.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently someone is here on the stage claiming that they were the ones that made these awards. I don't know how he managed to make them get on my sheet here, but I'm going to have a nice little chat with them. Where'd he go? Where did he go? Ah! How did you do that?
Don't worry about it, bro.
What do you mean, don't worry about it? You got from here to here and somehow got past me, even though I was looking this way the whole time. How did you do that?
I said don't worry about it. I need to be here for these awards.
What do you mean you need to be here for these awards? I made this show by myself. I don't know who wrote these. I did not write these. So you're in my show, but I was the one who made it all by myself. Wait a second. Could this mean that you are...
I'm you, bro.
You are actually me. You are another version of me. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. This was not on my bingo card for this award show. So you're me?
Yeah.
I'm you.
Yes.
You're a clone of me.
No.
Oh, I got it. You're another me from another dimension.
Oh, no. I am you. Don't worry about it. Announce these awards, please.
Okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. If that's how you want to be, fine. I'll announce these awards for you. Jeez. But you're going to stand right there and you're going to be good. Got it? You're not going to do anything weird. You're not going to get in the way. I'm just going to announce these awards and you're going to be right there. Capiche?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Fine.
Okay, let's go. So I guess we are going to announce these worst awards. These are negative awards that probably should not be mentioned on an award show, but apparently I made them, so they have to be announced. Starting with the worst team of the year. The recipients will go on screen now.
Worst team: Tennessee Titans, Chicago Bears, New York Giants, Jacksonville Jaguars, Cleveland Browns.
And the winner for worst team of the year goes to the New York Football Giants. Yeah, this team was pretty darn bad this year, if I do say so myself. Need I mention Daniel Jones and cutting Daniel Jones? That was terrible. Really terrible, proving that the contract they gave him was not worth it, and everybody but everyone else in that organization knew that, yet they still chose to do it. God, the front office is so terrible. Not to mention Saquon Barkley. Oh, you let that guy walk, and look what he did in the first year with him being out of your sorry organization. Oh, he ran for 2,000 yards, led the league in rushing, and went on to win a Super Bowl, and honestly was the key part of why the Eagles won that game outside of their awesome defensive line. So, would have been really nice to have that guy on your team. Although, in my opinion, I do like Tyrone Tracy. He was a good rookie running back this year. I'll give him some credit. But he is no Saquon Barkley. No Saquon Barkley. They're missing that. And on the defensive side of the ball, people thought, oh, this is going to be a decent defensive line. Kayvon Thibodeau, first-round pick. You traded for Brian Burns. You have Dexter Lawrence. And somehow, some way, this unit still managed, with all that talent, to be straight-up garbage. That is a terrible organization. And with their 3-win record, that deserves worst team of the year.
Oh, yeah, they were so ass.
Hey! No cursing on the show. Dude, if you're me, you know you're not supposed to do that. Why did you do that?
Did I? My bad.
Oh, Lord, help me, please.
Whoops.
God, just help me here with this menace that is here to my left. Here's the deal. You are going to stand right there. You're going to chill out, and you are not going to do anything else the rest of the show. I will announce these awards, and you are going to sit there and be a good boy. You got it?
Sure.
Capiche?
Fine.
Okay, let's continue. Moving on to our next award, Worst Head Coach of the Year. The recipients will go on screen now.
Worst Coach: Matt Eberflus, Dennis Allen, Brian Callahan, Doug Peterson, Gerard Mayo.
And the winner for Worst Coach of the Year goes to Matt Eberflus, the now former head coach of the Chicago Bears. And quite frankly, this one was very much deserving. Of course, Matt Eberflus, along with all of these candidates, could not be here to receive their awards tonight, as they probably wouldn't even want to, because why would you accept an award like this? But Matt Eberflus was objectively horrible. He was so bad, and quite frankly, he should have been fired before this year started, but the Chicago Bears, with the terrible organization that they are, just as bad as the New York Giants, they simply could not make the right move, even if it hit them right in the face. It took, on Thanksgiving, a blown clock management thing with they didn't use a timeout. You guys remember it. It took that for him to finally be fired. It took that. Like, at some point, when does rock bottom hit rock bottom? Well, rock bottom was right there. It was right there for the Chicago Bears, and that was the game, the last final play that effectively ended their season. And quite frankly, yeah, he deserves a bet. What are you doing? Dude, stop.
No.
I just told you to not move and do anything.
Sorry. This is so funny.
Okay. We will continue with our next award, which is the most disappointing team of the year. The recipients will be on screen now.
Most disappointing team: Chicago Bears, New York Jets, Atlanta Falcons, San Francisco 49ers, Cleveland Browns.
And now, for the most disappointing team of the year, goes to the New York Jets. Wow. It's crazy that both New York football teams were managed to make it on the recipient list of this award show. Absolutely, bravo. Congratulations for the New York Giants and New York Jets for continuing to be the most disappointing sports city in all of sports, despite the fact that they're one of the biggest markets. Jesus Christ, these two teams were terrible. But for the Jets, oh man, a lot of people thought that they would be good this year, including myself. But what did the Jets do to fail? Well, they were the New York Jets. The Jets are going to jet. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. You had a team with Aaron Rodgers finally healthy, Breece Hall, year 2 running back, super talented, Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Alan Lazard, Tyler Conklin, an offensive line that you added good pieces to, veteran tackles that were supposed to be reliable assets, and then you had a defense that was top 10 in the NFL last year. What could go wrong? Well, you know what went wrong? Everything went wrong. Robert Saleh got fired because he cannot get the right coach to run his offense for the life of him. Nathaniel Hackett didn't work. The guys behind him didn't work. And that's why he got fired, because he simply does not know how to coach up an offense. I know he's a defensive mind, but as a head coach, as I've said before, you know that you are supposed to elevate both sides of the ball, not just the defense. If you were supposed to elevate the just defensive side of the ball, you should be a defensive coordinator, which is why he's back in San Francisco. And the rest of this Jets team just fell apart. Coaching literally killed this team from week 1 to week 18 in that miserable season. And for once in 10 years, the Jets had hype. And guess what they did? They squashed it like a little bug and completely destroyed any hope in the Jets fan base that they had for their team.
Yeah, they were bad.
Yeah, they were pretty bad, weren't they? I know I kind of went on a ramble there for a minute, but yeah, it was pretty bad. Wow, we actually agree on something. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe the show might have a little bit better of an ending than I thought. So you may not be so bad. So let's continue. Let's conclude the show with one more award. No, sorry. We have 2 more awards. We have the worst game of the year. We had the best game of the year, and now we have the worst game of the year. Definitely did not tune into any of these, and I did not watch the highlights of any of these. But either way, the recipients will go on screen now.
Here we go.
Worst game of the year: Broncos Steelers, Week 2. Broncos Jets, Week 4. Jaguars Vikings, Week 10. Titans Jaguars, Week 14. Rams 49ers, Week 15. Seahawks Bears, Week 17.
And the winner for worst game of the year goes to Week 17, Chicago Bears versus Seattle Seahawks, where the Seahawks won 6-3. Man, I'm glad I did not tune in to watch this game. In the third quarter, it was like 3-0, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't tune in. I was playing games with my buddies, and simply put, I mean, there's no way a 6-3 game does not get worst game of the year at all.
Yeah, they were bad. It was a bad game. For sure.
Exactly. Tuning in was literally just going to be a waste of time.
Terrible. Waste of time, really.
There we go. That's two things that we've been managing to agree on now. This is getting better. This is actually getting pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
So now let's conclude with our final award, my own personal award I created for this show, and that is the Gary Award. So the Gary Award goes to a group of persons or one individual person that was really funny and entertained all of us this season. Whether they were genuinely funny, whether they were genuinely entertaining, or they did something so hilariously stupid that they managed to make a fool out of themselves and make everybody laugh and have a fun time at their expense. So the winners or the recipients of this award will go on screen now.
The Gary Award. Chicago Bears fans, Will Levis. Dallas Cowboys fans, Jameis Winston. Minnesota Vikings touchdown celebrations.
And the winner for the Gary Award, the first annual Gary Award, goes to Will Levis, quarterback of the Tennessee Titans. This man was a walking meme from week 1 onward. You guys know what I'm talking about. It was absolutely hilarious what he created for us every week, making us laugh and share really, really good moments with each other and bringing each other together with his terrible play and boneheadedness on the field.
Oh yeah, he was so bad, dude.
God.
Oh my god, he was so terrible.
God.
Here, how about this? How about we actually recreate, or I will recreate, some of his best memes of the year, starting with week 1 against Chicago. Week 2 against the New York Jets. You remember this one? Ooh. How about this one? In week 4 against the Miami Dolphins. And then, remember the touchdown celebration, the Spider-Man one? This one?
Okay. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done, I'm sorry.
Thank God.
I will say though, the Gary Award might have to be the dumbest thing you've ever done.
Okay, that's it. You're done. Get off the stage
What?
now. You're done. You're done, kid. Get off the freaking stage.
No.
That's it. You can slander Will Levis all you want, but you're not going to slander me, okay? You're done. Get off the stage. You are gone.
I'm you. I will not leave.
Yes, you will. You will leave.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will.
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 I will not. And another thing, with your dirty thrift store jacket, how about you stop making these little stupid videos on the internet, and how about you get an actual job? No, I need to be on there. No. One more thing. Make sure you do not forget to look up Miss Crystal in a full body cast.